The Amish community is yearning to learn more about a carnivore diet. After a 17-year-old girl who was having horrible seizures found healing, the rest of the community wants to learn more about what is going on and how they can heal themselves. This video is something else. Buckle up, let's get started.
We are addicted to sugar.
Yeah.
That became real for me.
Yes.
After I did this for a week.
15 years ago, Jen and I pulled a couple out of a burning car.
It's kind of the story about heroes taking action when they know that there's absolutely no time to wait.
Trying to figure out some way to free the couple from the burning car.
Also, something leaking underneath, and there's actually fire on the ground.
Harry was able to find a rock and started breaking out the window.
We looked in it, there's 2 oxygen tanks in the back. The woman was on oxygen.
I'm helping these people and I'm risking my lives, and I thought of my kids right away.
The 3 of them were able to pull the couple and the oxygen tanks out of the car to safety.
Literally a couple seconds afterwards, there was just flames coming out. First it was black smoke, but then it was just flames coming out, and the whole front end of the car was just burning up.
The Mans have 4 daughters and say this is a good example for them of doing what's right.
I'm not sharing this to pat ourselves on the back. I'm sharing it because that day taught me something I've never forgotten. It was the greatest feeling in the world, helping to save someone's life. Here's the thing about that day. They needed help, and we were in a position to give it. That's it. That's the whole story. Now, as carnivores, a lot of us know what this way of eating has done for us. We want everyone to find this kind of healing, but the truth is, most people don't want our help. You can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved. That's what makes this video different. Jen bought Vera, a 17-year-old girl in Williams community who was having horrible, life-threatening seizures, a keto mojo.
His was a 17-year-old literally dying from seizures.
Who we've known since she was probably 11.
Hey, give me that. Sure, yeah.
What was that, Carrie? Oh my gosh!
A little bit.
Literally all night long having seizures, delivered it to them, thinking, are they even going to use this? This is technology. This is a battery-powered electronic device. And then we left them, and this was like a month ago. And so William called us, urgently said, can you guys stop by? It was that serious and somber the way he was saying it when we first got out of the car and started talking to him. And then he smiled, and oh man, I'm gonna start crying now. He's like, she's doing incredible.
Yeah.
And this is an Amish man who doesn't show his emotions.
No.
I thought he was gonna cry.
Yeah.
He said, this is incredible. Like, he literally said, this saved her. Okay, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
You doing better?
Yeah.
Do you have any more seizures?
They had completely quit. Yeah.
Wow. And since then, Jen and I have been in and out of the Amish community together. She wants us to talk to Vera quick because she's got more people that need help. Sharing more keto mojos, sharing more lessons on metabolic health and healing. Irvin and Ella need help, and they want a keto mojo, and Butter Bob Briggs generously gifted them one, so we're gonna head over there first. And so when William asked me to come teach 30 Amish people, practically an entire village, about the carnivore diet, I said yes immediately. And there is nothing that is a greater blessing than when people are actually asking and seeking this kind of help. "2,000 years ago, Hippocrates said, all disease begins in the gut. Doctors take an oath, let food be thy medicine. But we've lost our way, especially in the English community where everything is for profit. All of the incentives are set up for profit. They never treat the root cause, which is almost always simply nutrition. The only thing they're interested in is pills and medications, injections and surgeries that make millions and millions of dollars."
And when she eats this way, she feels great. So when she eats the SAB diet, Standard American Diet, she's like, I'm like, we are addicted to sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That became real for me.
Yes.
After I did this for a week.
Today's video is sponsored by LabCorp On Demand. Special offer as seen here on the screen. Go to trylco.com/homestead and use code HOMESTEAD for 20% off selected lab tests. Have you ever had that little voice in the back of your head saying, I wonder what's really going on with my health? Maybe you've made some lifestyle changes. Maybe you're eating better like I am. I'm down 100 pounds since my heaviest. And you want to know what the actual numbers and blood work say. That's when I realized I needed more than just guesswork. I needed answers. I needed actual numbers that could tell me if I was on track or not. And honestly, the traditional process of getting lab work, going to my doctor, getting a referral, waiting for them to fill the order, just seemed way too inconvenient for me. That's why I decided to use LabCorp On Demand. I've used LabCorp for everything from men's health, testosterone, lipid panels, inflammation markers, insulin resistance, vitamin levels, and so much more. With LabCorp, you can choose and purchase your tests online, and then stop by a LabCorp Patient Service Center for sample collection. No doctor's appointment needed. Gives you access to your results through their online portal, and what I really love is it keeps track of trends over time. Huge thank you to LabCorp On Demand for sponsoring today's video. Any questions?
So we have a couple people here that are here because if they heard what happened with Vera's seizures.
Yeah.
So if you got anything more to commend on that line or
Sure. If you go to like the library right now and research a keto diet, it's been used for well over 100 years, maybe going on 200 years to treat seizures. Your body can be powered by two things. It can be powered by ketones or it can be powered by glucose. When you're born as a baby, you're actually born into ketosis. It's not until we take that baby and start giving them formula and sugar and changing it, but that is our natural default state. My great-great-great-grandparents would have hunted a big animal. They would have feasted on the meat and the fat, and they probably would have fasted until they found another meal. That might have been another day, that might have been 3 days or 4 days, but it certainly wasn't what we do in the English community now, where we're just grazing and eating 4, 5, 6 times a day. After talking to William and Esther, we got the name of another Amish family that my wife and I went to, and then we got the name of like 4 more, and I think we've handed out quite a few Keto Mojos. This is a picture of me. This was about a little over 3 years ago. I was about 100 pounds overweight. I had severe depression, sleep apnea, snoring, brain fog. Every time I would eat food, my stomach would hurt. The reason I stopped snoring so quickly is because my inflammation went away. And that's one of the biggest things that everyone in the world should be worried about, and they're not. When I tell people I'm eating meat, in English, they say, you're gonna have a heart attack. You're gonna die of a heart attack. And meanwhile, their body's fully inflamed and they have insulin resistance, and those things are, you're 10 times more likely to suffer heart disease if you have inflammation and insulin resistance. The thing that convinced me to do this, and maybe something to think about for each of you if you're looking for healing, is the thing that really convinced me was I wasn't being sold anything. I've done this for over 1,300 days now. I haven't had a single fruit, vegetable, grain of rice. The only thing that's gone in my body has been water and beef, butter, bacon, eggs, animal products, lots of eggs. And why is that? Because right now in this day and age, there's nothing cleaner in the world to eat than meat, in particular ruminant meat like beef. What happens when people do carnivore like me? I'll eat a big fatty piece of meat, or I'll eat eggs and ground beef for breakfast. I will be full. Oftentimes I'll eat once or twice a day. Then I'll fast, naturally, just because I'm not hungry. I'm not starving, I'm just not hungry. So I'll sometimes go 18 hours where I won't eat anything. When you go that 18 hours, back to Vera with the Keto Mojo and checking your ketones and glucose, you get your ketones super high, you get your glucose low, and you are in a state of healing. You are in a state where your body goes into what's called autophagy. Autophagy is when your cells recycle. Your body sees that you haven't eaten anything for a while, and it's like it's time to recycle these cells. And some of the cells in your body could be, they call them zombie cells, like precancerous cells. Like if they don't recycle out eventually, maybe 30 years down the road, that turns into cancer. Historically speaking, our ancestors didn't have that because they were naturally going through a cycle of eating a big fatty meal and then fasting. Or they just didn't have the convenience of eating as often as we did. Maybe they wouldn't eat for 2 or 3 days. They would be in autophagy for 2 or 3 days. The body is miraculous what it does too. When it recycles those cells, it's not like those just go out in the toilet. The body actually breaks them apart. It reuses the different components of those cells, and then it generates new healthy cells. And that's where a lot of the healing happens. The other thing that affects that healing is stress. And it's interesting. William's daughter actually noticed this, to her credit, because she was testing her numbers and she was seeing, and like, I'm eating everything good, but every now and then my numbers go down. Usually when that happens, it's stress. So if you have some big stressful event in life happening, you can actually track your blood glucose and your ketone numbers and they'll go down. When the body is stressed, just mind stress, like you're worried about something, you're ruminating, you're losing sleep, the body will stop healing, which is one of the hardest things for people that have cancer. I have interviewed so many people with terminal stage 4 cancer. And one of the worst things you can do if you have cancer is worry about the cancer every single night before you go to bed. I don't know how you don't worry about it though. It's a really hard thing. I can't even imagine having stage 4 cancer. But the people that are able to succeed with a diagnosis like that are the people that do a carnivore diet. They get their ketones high, their blood glucose low, and they're able to just not get stressed. I'm going to leave this in God's hands and I'm not going to ruminate on this. I'm going to let it go. Those are the ones that heal, because as soon as that stress comes, the healing stops and the cancer takes back over. And that's the same thing for almost every health issue.
We all grew up with dairy animals, and we all know fresh dairy cows get ketosis, and you smell it on their breath. You actually can smell this on people's breath for a little bit.
Yes.
For like a day or so.
That's one of the signals, yeah. My wife tells me I got bad breath. I know I'm in ketosis. It's very noticeable though. And you're absolutely right too about the one thing that messes a lot of people up is getting together with other individuals. This is in the English community too. It's one of the biggest things. Every holiday is celebrated with food with other people. And when you go there and you're the carnivore and I'm sitting here eating my carnivore food, I'm the weird one, like a family event or something, I'll just fast. Sometimes I'll just eat a big, huge meal before, I'll just go there and fast. I'll just talk to people. It's a shame in the English community because it's like Christmas. This should be about God and family and togetherness. And in the English community, it's just all about presents and eating food. And that's all we talk about. What are we going to eat? Every single holiday, what we're going to eat. So I like kind of changing that paradigm. I'm like, no, let's make this about what it should be. Let's read the Bible. Let's be together as family and visit with people we haven't seen forever instead of just talking about food.
Well, I was just going to say it might be expensive if you have to buy it all, but if you think about everything else you don't have to buy, it's really not expensive.
Because in the English, everyone, they look for excuses not to do this. I can't afford to just eat meat. And what you said is so true. I don't have side dishes. I don't have sauces. I don't have spices. I don't have anything to drink but water. Prior to this, when I wasn't eating carnivore, I would go to the grocery store with a list. And we got to have this side and this spice. And, oh, what about this? Dinner's going to be ruined without this. And you're right. Now it's just ground beef patties and some eggs, and if you're able to raise a lot of that meat yourself, then it's even less expensive. But the other thing that people don't account for in that whole calculation too is I have so much more energy eating this way. If anyone here thinks they have brain fog right now, you don't realize the extent of it, because when you're in the fog, you can't see the fog. It's not until you're out of it that you can see it. And a lot of people have brain fog for years and years and decades. And when you have something like that happen slowly, that becomes your new normal. Okay.
And he told me if they use sheep milk, they freeze dry it, that sheep that are fed green, the babies will have more trouble with earaches and flus and that. Whereas grass-fed sheep, they have no problem.
Interesting.
So it might be the same.
I think you're right. Right. So I just did a video yesterday with a doctor, and he gave us a presentation on salmon, on farm-raised salmon versus just fresh caught. And to your point, it was very similar. So the farm-raised salmon, they're feeding all sorts of stuff that is not species appropriate for salmon. They're feeding it soy and junk. The salmon gets sick, and then the humans that eat the salmon get sick. So it's an interesting thing. So humans, when we eat an ancestrally inappropriate human diet, we get sick. But then also a lot of us get sick from eating animals that are fed an inappropriate diet. I talk about this stuff so much. All my friends and family, they're like, don't go near him and say anything about food because he's not going to shut up. Beautiful evening, Jen. We just finished an amazing evening converting an entire town, maybe close to a town, a village. Over 30 people. It was crazy when I showed up. We got there a little early. Nobody was there. I'm like, did they mean 6 o'clock in the morning? we were there at 6 p.m. and there was nobody there. They all arrived promptly and shortly afterward. I talked to 3 or 4 other people, including the one guy we coached. He was there. I'm so glad he reminded me. He said, you gave us that keto mojo.
Yeah, I remembered his white fella.
That was that Bob's? Or Bob Eaters or Butter Bob's?
Bob's or Bob's?
It was Bob or Bob's, I don't remember. So it is amazing and a blessing to be able to talk to people that actually want to hear this information and they're listening. Like, oh, there's a lot of people that are going to be starting this now. God is good. It's all part of God's plan. It's amazing. I'm thankful that Jen and I have been put in a position to do things like this. It's incredible. We're going to do more videos on this and we're going to share more healing. And if you want to watch more, I have a show. That's right. If you want to see the Amish Carnivore show, we've got 4 episodes in this show now. I will have a link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and tell a friend. Have a good night.